Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, it is Clouds. But if you're on this video, you're likely not new here, and as you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, I do have a big announcement. Yes, it is true, I have quit my job and I am officially leaving consulting. The shock, the horror, the so-called consulting girly is no longer a consultant girly. I have in fact quit my job, and as of this video, I am officially unemployed. I am aware that a lot of you guys follow me because of my consulting content and know me as the girl who works in consulting and followed me because of my tips and tricks in breaking into the industry, which is why I wanted to do this video justice and do it here on YouTube so that I can give a proper detailed explanation as to why I decided to leave the industry, what my motivations were, rather than just doing a quick 60-second video on TikTok or Instagram Reels, even though those are the platforms that most of you guys follow me on. But hopefully this detailed, longer video will give a little bit more nuance and context around my decision. All right, first and foremost, let's talk about why I decided to leave consulting. For me, I've done so many videos around why I wanted to join consulting, why I think it is one of the best entry-level jobs out there, and why I was so fixated on breaking into consulting as soon as I graduated. I still stand by every single one of those things that I said. I do think consulting is an excellent entry-level job. I always knew that entering consulting for me would be a stepping stone to the rest of my career. And the reason why I really wanted to get into consulting was because I thought it would be a great opportunity to acquire multiple different skills across multiple different industries and learn in a really fast-paced environment, which I think is so crucial to the beginning of your career. But now, 3 years in, I really feel like I got that. You know, like I'm happy. I feel like I got the learnings that I wanted to get, and I'm now ready to move on, which was always my intention when I joined consulting. So rather than it being a switch of decision and me suddenly thinking that consulting is not fit for me anymore or something changing in my mentality, it really is the natural course of my career that I always foresaw. Is that a word? Foresaw? That I always foreseed? That's definitely not a word. Throughout this experience, I've been able to hone into multiple different skills and interests and understand a little bit more in terms of what I want to do in the future. And that's also why I think consulting is so great, because it exposes you to so many different sectors that you're able to pick and choose what you want to do in the future rather than just entering a sector straight out the bat from university. So 3 years in, I've been able to do that. Consulting has fulfilled the purpose that I wanted it to fulfill. I now understand so much better where my interests lie and what I want to do in the future. And I do think that I've learned so much from consulting that I can onboard onto whatever next journey I am going to take on. So yes, consulting has been an amazing chapter in my life. And if I was to go back to my older self, when I was in university, for example, I would do this all again 1,000 times. And I feel really confident now in my next steps in my career because of the experience that consulting gave me. But it's definitely a chapter that I am now ready to close. So now that I gave you guys a bit more context as to why I left consulting, I'm sure the next question is, so what are you gonna do next? Are you gonna do full-time influencing, or are you gonna try to find another job? Or are you just gonna live an unemployed life? Are you still gonna do corporate content videos because that's your whole thing? And essentially, I will not be doing influencing full-time. And I think that's probably the main thing people want to know. Are you gonna turn into a full-time content creator? And no, the answer is no. So in terms of more exciting news for this video, I have quit consulting, but at the same time, I have accepted an offer in tech. Is anyone even surprised at this point? I feel like so many corporate girlies on TikTok end up in tech, and I guess now I am one of them. I have accepted an offer at a large tech company working in their strategy team. So very similar to what I did as a consultant, but doing it for an in-house tech company. To be completely transparent, this is what I really wanted to do for a long time. And I always knew that exiting consulting, I wanted to either go into maybe VC, which is venture capital, explore a startup, but mainly I really wanted to join tech. I wanted to be a big tech girly, as you know, a lot of my friends are on TikTok, and I really wanted to explore that industry. I feel like a lot of parts of that industry really aligned to some of my wider personal goals, and it's something that I found very attractive. I will take a short little break in between my two jobs. I'm not going straight into it and diving deep in, so I am taking a 3-week-ish break in between. where I will be filming more videos, doing more content. And I guess in terms of content, I really don't want you guys to feel alarmed because I don't think much is going to change. Obviously, I have changed jobs and a big portion of my content is related to my job as a consultant. But when it comes to entering and breaking consulting, there's still so much that I want to say and so many tips that I want to give and so much advice. The bright side is now I can also give a bit of insight in terms of what it's like to exit consulting and what kind of exit opportunities are out there, and I can really have personal experience to give you guys from that regard. And now I'm also able to talk a little bit more towards the tech industry and what it's like to break into tech. So, and I just think it's a great opportunity to enhance the content that I'm already making and broaden the topics that I'm able to speak about. So I don't want you guys to feel alarmed about me not being a consultant anymore and not being able to give advice or tips, because I think now I'm just able to give more advice and more tips for other industries that I now have firsthand experience in. So in terms of my regular 5 to 9 after 9 to 5 videos, those will still be put out. Personal finance videos, corporate girly routines, consulting application tips, exit opportunities, tech application tips as well. These will all be put out. So I don't want people to think that my content is now suddenly going to shift dramatically, because everything should still be fairly similar to how it was before, but just with a fresher perspective and hopefully better, newer, and more insightful content. I'm really excited for this journey, and I, as always, thank you guys for following along. You guys are like the biggest blessing ever, and I will never really abandon my content family. And the reason also why I'm not diving into content creation full time is because I don't think it's the right time for me to do so. I also don't think it's justifiable for me to do that at the moment, given that content doesn't take me a full 9 to 5 to make. I don't understand why I would give up my corporate career at this point in time, because the trade-off is not necessary yet, and content creation is not something that I ever went into to pursue full time. With that being said, entrepreneurship is something that I am very interested in. So I think as the content grows and as opportunities grow, I will definitely explore that side of things. But I'm fairly ambitious, as you guys know, so I do still want to grow my corporate career as I do everything else on the side. And who knows, maybe at one point I'll have to pick one or the other, but at this point I'm still very comfortable doing both. And I think you guys like my corporate content, so I would like to continue having a corporate job to show you guys the corporate content. So yes, for now that is it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If there are any videos you really want me to make now, let me know as well, in terms of exiting or how I got this job or how applications work. Let me know. I will be pumping out content anyway, obviously. Also, if you're here from TikTok or if you're here from Instagram and you did not know that I have a YouTube channel, now you know, so press that subscribe button for more videos. And as always, I love you guys so much, and stay tuned for more content, and leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions or any suggestions for any further videos. Bye bye.